They are all family. So where do we begin? Thank you. I'm so glad you agree. It's going to make our job so much easier. So we can all start right now, right here, with the conscious removal of labels. We need to be aware of our speech, in written reports, in articles that get printed in the synagogue bulletins, in our milestones. Do we have means of congratulating somebody for reading the whole Torah, or for a new job, or for finding the right apartment? There are so many things that we celebrate within our personal lives that there's no way of commemorating and sharing, yet this is as important to people as is finding the right spouse or having a child. So this is where we need to begin and start thinking about how we refer to people and how we refer to situations. So in the upcoming months, you are going to be seeing suggestions that are going to be posted from your very hardworking social action team for implementing this goal. It'll be on our website, including things such as the Divrei Chachma and ideas for programming, much the same as we did for the original Mishpacha initiative. The second phase of this initiative will be implementing a family day. As the rabbi mentioned, we're going to celebrate this when we read Lech Lecha, which is the first place that family is mentioned in the Bible. And there again, there will be suggestions for projects and ways to celebrate family, all families. Our hope is that this will be a synagogue or even a community-wide event that will be led by your sisterhood. We start small, with increased awareness on a personal level, such as the labels, and then we expand into the sisterhood-wide and then synagogue-wide activities. But the third part of the modern Jewish family initiative is a much larger effort. We will be sponsoring symposia in different areas of North America. These will be all-day events, inviting all women, not just sisterhood members, not just temple members, and it will include a panel of experts in so many fields that are important issues to women, such as law, mental and physical health, managing careers and family, just to name a few projects. This is a work in progress, and we welcome your input. In fact, we will be looking for your input and your help. So as we approach our 100-year milestone, we are transforming WLCJ from Matilda's original vision, which met the needs of the women of 1918, to the new, bold vision of the inclusive, modern Jewish family of 2018, where no women's group has gone before. Wouldn't Matilda be proud? Thank you.
We keep getting better and better. As mentioned before, Ellen Bresnick, immediate past vice president and Pat Lead, and her team began their work immediately after our first retreat. Ellen, it's all yours.
Okay, I'm off book for a few minutes, and I have to tell you, these were some of the most inspiring stories out there. And One of the things that I've been hucking Lisa with for the past 3 years is we have to tell our stories. And I am telling you, I am a cancer patient. I collected bras for a birthday present I gave to myself, and I, dropped those bras off in the Federation parking lot, 50 bras a year and a half ago to Dana's organization. We worked on the Mishpacha program in its early stages, Mishpacha 1 and 2, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and this was the jumping off point for this. And how many of you heard stories today that resonated in every way possible with you? So, as we begin to do our programming, and certainly plan for bold moves, we need to come up with bold and innovative and new ways to look at our materials. And the biggest question we have is, why are we doing a program? Not how, we're really good at how, but why? And this was a difficult endeavor for the executive committee. Why do we do the things we do? So on that note, looking at these new programs that we're thinking about, if we're truly to keep the promises that have been made here as well, things you've heard today, how do we integrate them and bring them back to our women? If we're truly going to do that, our mission must be to enrich every woman, either in their roles as individuals or as members of their families, their sisterhoods, their synagogues, in whatever configuration with which they identify, through Jewish values and experiences, and Carol mentioned that. And that's our why for everything. That's to determine everything that we will do now and in the future. We have to provide our women with a website that they can go to or the educational resources that they will utilize when they have a question about something Jewish, something they do not understand, and they need a safe place to be able to get that without being embarrassed about asking the questions, something they want to know more about, or something towards which they'll gravitate when they want to create a teachable Jewish moment. Our goals for having this kind of a website or these kinds of materials are not lofty and out of our control, but rather there's something that we see as reachable and comprehensive, and that's part of our plan. That's what our future educational plans are all about under the Bold Moves Initiative. Now, knowing that our mission focuses on such strong Jewish components to all of our programs and educational materials, we have to take all of our existing materials and weave them together in ways that provide our women with frequent experiential and teachable Jewish moments. With this in mind, we've come to an order having to do with all of our materials, and we've grouped them together under 5 larger themes that we hope will inform everybody's understanding of where these teachable moments exist. So what are the 5 themes? Well, for Jewish women, their wisdom, and I expect applause on that one because we all know we're wise, and sometimes we're wiser than we even realize. Their social justice and social action, you've certainly heard that today. Their holidays, their health, and their rituals. And these are your 5 major categories that our materials will be grouped under. And they'll serve as the lens through which we can create new programs and reconfigure our existing materials. We want all of our new materials to answer the following questions. For us, as the ones who create the programs, why is it that I am creating this program? For us, as the ones who participate in these programs, why is it that I have come to be part of this program? And how does it transform me, Jewishly and personally? Additionally, in the next few months, We want you to look at our suggestions for future programs within the frameworks of these 5 larger themes so that you will be inspired to combine on your own many different Jewish texts, ideas, philosophies, rituals, handicrafts, foods, activities, whatever. Absolutely anything Jewish at all, with the finest and most cutting-edge 21st century technology. That's the other part of this. Your children are experiencing this in school. Your grandchildren are experiencing this in school. We should be getting this too. So that's another part of our educational vision. And as a way of getting you started, we've put together some possible starter programs that exemplify ways in which you might adapt some of our already existing materials. You should see up on the screen. Is it up there? Nope. Yes, it is. Okay. You should see up on the screen in front of you a programmatic description which is titled Megillat Ruth Coming Home. Lisa, we good? Okay, I can't see it from here. Okay. So, what is this? This is a multidisciplinary, multi-focused program that you can utilize immediately. And in fact, there's enough material here for 5 or 6 programs. So you're good for a good while. It's derived from our already existing materials. We have our Chidur Mitzvah. We have Mitzvah Yomit. We have our Day of Study programs on Ruth and on Mishpacha. When we originally developed these materials, we were keenly aware that though many of you use the programs as they were initially developed, you use them once, maybe, and then you later, and I'm not going to say complained, where's Carol? You said it was a challenge, that you didn't know what to do with them after that. So we, did recognize, and we did listen to this. And we said, we've got to do something about this. We began to ask ourselves how we could reconfigure everything so that everybody could find a way to access the power behind these materials. And this lesson that you'll see here is a perfect example of the new configuration. So at the top here, you should see a goal. Oh, yeah, I can't see it. Can you see? Does it list the goal? Yeah, there it is. Okay, goal. All right. And it's, it says if we're exploring the concept of home through a variety of sources that will provide a number of portals of entry, we're looking at what is a home. Starting at the top, you can see the goal, which is the creation of a personal Birkat Habayit, a blessing over your home. And it should be your literal home, or it could be your figurative home, or it could be any place that you call home. And you might think to yourself, well, how is a home blessed? Well, you can see that we've given some of the classical resources and things from the classical texts and certain Pesukim, or sentences from Tanakh. In this case, Megillat Ruth, the book of Ruth, as a proof text for these teachable moments. These are the moments, when I keep saying teachable moments, these are those aha moments that we want our women to get. And they go, wow, I didn't realize that before, but now I do. And you can see that there are discussion questions. And these discussion questions are for those moments that need additional fleshing out. There's an art project, and I think it needs to move up. There's an art project, which is the making... Wrong direction. We haven't worked that out yet. Okay. There's the making of a chamsa. Okay. And remember remember our 5 categories too. So which ones do we have so far? We have women's wisdom, we have ritual, we have some of the things that we are very familiar with. We have writing exercises here, and that's personally important to me because we all have stories. And those stories can certainly illuminate a lot of the things that you want to work on as your why for a program. And then I want to point out at one point that we've got a link to a Chanukat Habayit, a home dedication for interfaith families. So, working with a lot of what everybody's been talking about, in particular Karen, we recognize this. And so we've enlarged a lot of our materials to accommodate some of this. There are narrative suggestions from the Mishpacha materials. Karen made reference to those. One's about being members of a family or a synagogue or being a stranger, or that you or your sisterhood can read. Those narratives were very important parts of our original Mishpacha materials. Finally, before you develop your own Birkat Habayit, we have a link to Jewish musician Basha Schechter's take on the traditional Jewish Birkat Habayit. So we're using YouTube as well. And we hope that as you listen to the music, it'll resonate with you and inspire you to create your own Jewish playlist. And the second part of this lesson continues on, and it focuses on additional Women's League materials and the ways in which they might be used to illuminate what we find in popular culture. And this would be about the blessedness of homes. So we go back to our bookmarks materials and Wiflicks and the movies, and this was from 2 years ago, and you could see that we take some of the movies like Ordinary People, The Wedding Banquet, and because we need a good Jewish home, Brighton Beach Memoirs, and we show how the difficulty of family dynamics can affect the character of a house. And then in conjunction with the Chidor Mitzvah materials, we can create a further social action activity that benefits those who live in senior housing, because it's often a population that we forget about. And they may be searching for a kind of spiritual blessedness for the high holidays by our baking of honey cakes for them. So we have fulfilled a number of mitzvot right there. Finally, as we study the words of Chidor Mitzvah by Dr. Ron Wolfson, we can zero in on the ways in which people decorate their homes and examine how what we bring into our home in the way of Judaica and other furnishings can help to make our homes Jewish and then blessed. So if you're looking for these sheets, Lisa has them at the back. You can collect them. This is your going away parting gift. Please take it with you. It is the template for you to utilize as a way of creating your programs and also to help you to engage with our programs. Do I need to stop? Okay. Is it all right?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So I'd like to say, welcome to hashtag WLCJ100. 2 retreats later, many meetings, putting together our new focus, letting go of some old programs, new partnerships, all as we enter our next 100 years. We all have a role in our big, bold steps. We need to focus our energies in growing, keeping WLCJ interesting and relevant. I'd like to say a thank you to our executive committee for 2014-2017 for their commitment and creativity, to our board for sharing our vision and goals, and to each of you for successful implementation. So a couple of housekeeping. We are going to see a short video, Good Uplift. Did I get it right, Rhonda? After the video, I'm going to ask Margie to come up, and Margie Miller to come up, make an announcement. And while Margie is doing that, we have a photographer here because we think this is one incredible photo op. And so we'd like, if you can all, those of you in the center, fill in the seats, and those from the sides, if you can, just all come together. All right, are we ready for the video? Shh. Ooh.
Yes, I mean, that's my life. You don't want to see what shape you want and what, whether you hang in, whether you read up, whether. Ooh, wow. That's a bra. hanging, and if they have spread out too much, they don't have ugly. And also some of them look like two balloons. So you want to make them look like they're separated and then they have a shade. Just they can look so much better. My husband and I bought this store 30 years ago, and then my son came in after he passed away. And I found myself right at home. There are very few stores of this kind left that you walk in and a person can know what the customer needs and what would look the best on them. With closed eyes, I can already, pull out the box and I know this will be. Yeah. What can we do for you? Yes, that's the right place to be. Could you open your jacket so you'll see what you have or don't have? I guess the finger without problem is much better with a projection. Yeah. Do you like any cleavage? This will give you a lot of cleavage. Well, I had cleavage before. It's not something that you learn in a couple of days. It's experience of a lifetime. Wow. Isn't it nice? Well, I know you're not used to it, but it's very good. It's not easy to deal with ladies because you have to give them what you think is right, but you have to make them feel that it's their choice.
This time?
No.
This time?
No.
This time? This time?
You have solidarity?
This time?
No. It's beautiful. Even customers who are difficult, but it's part of the game. And you try to please them like any other retail business. It's not a losing business.
Very to see. Wow.
Your back is fine. It's here that you have it.
You'll see, we'll try that side.
Well, what do you think? Ordinarily.
Like a B.
Yeah, but in what size B?
Like a 34.
Well, your back is a 32.
Okay.
Let's start from there. It's here that you have it.
No, I like that. I like that.
Okay.
Very nasty.
That's put it on and you'll see the result.
She wants the cleavage?
She wants cleavage, okay, you can give me other type of brown.
I like it.
Pick it up, please, and lift it. Bring them up. Yes. Also gives you a little back support to carry the load.
You're small? No?
Smaller, then you're gonna come, then you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're the vine, come up just
I need some